How do you know the controlling powers over territories? Look at me. You study the controlling powers over territories by looking at the prevalent patterns that are within that territory. You can know the spirits that control territories. And please hear me, if you're a minister of the gospel, hear this and learn this, so that when God sends you to a territory, you don't just go and get a building or build and start. You have to understand what you are confronting. There are territories where you don't find old people there. You get to a certain age range, there is a spirit that cuts you off. There are territories where you don't find children. You find very old people, but they renew their lives with children. There are territories where it is the women that feed the men. Once you are within that territory, as a woman you are the man, and the man is the woman. Born again, tongue talking, but you find out that the men are limited. The house is paid for by the woman. Don't feel bad, I'm not trying to look down on you, but it ought not to be so. That is not God's order. Are we together now? There are families where the parents are always greater than the children. You can give birth to 8 children, the highest of them will become something you are not proud of saying. No matter how hardworking. Have you seen people travel to America after 10-20 years? They return back like armed robbers. They look like the spirit of the city. There are cities you enter and you can remember everything from when you were a child. Nothing changed. Regardless, and in that city they will tell you the best professor came out from that city. In the IT people come out from that city to bless the world, and yet the city does not change. There are spirits that keep it. Yes, sir. How about spirits of poverty? You hear that someone was doing well and just came to a city, and he starts going down until he looks like the city. You want to become an intercessor? Yes. This also applies to families. There are families where things don't work. Please don't, I hope you understand what I'm teaching you now. Yes. Father was educated and serious. Mother was educated and serious. All the children graduates, grandchildren graduates, and yet nobody can have a decent job. The most successful person, the longest person who worked there, worked only 3 years. Go and read your Bible. Now, I hope you understand what I'm teaching you. Now, I'm not trying to get you emotional. If I mention a case that relates to yours, I hope you understand that I'm just teaching generally. Do we understand now? There are families, for instance, where the greatest people who represent the strength of that family always die. The moment someone gets a job with NMPC and he says, glory be to God, he dies. So you find a territory with weak people. All the people that have the strength to bring deliverance, there is a spirit that comes to cut them short. You are not an intercessor if you do not understand the burden of the territory. What are you praying over? You don't just listen. An intercessor does not say, God, give people jobs. Oh God, give people children. That's a child's prayer. You come to the root of the problem, the controlling powers